relationship know that relationship either ends in marriage or break up. You either break up or you marry. But when you are going in there, to put in your best, irrespective of what comes out at the end.
Like I said earlier, I have my special guest in the house, life and relationship coach. He's a lot. I don't even want to break it down but time will not permit me to actually break all that he does to me. But I know that he's married, he has a beautiful kid, and he's an excellent relationship coach. I caught him on social media. I've listened to a lot of what he has done. He has mentored over 100 relationships, successful relationships, and he's here with me in the studio. We already have an opener question for him already, even before we even mention his name. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Ola Moses. Hello.
Yeah, thank you very much, Deborah.
Good to have you in the studio.
Thank you very much for the invite. The question is really is on my mind, and I can't wait to answer the question.
So which one are we starting with? Are we starting with the topic, or are we starting with Patrick's question?
I think it's better we start with the topic, so that because while attending to the topic, somehow Patrick's question is going to get answered.
Okay, great. So now let's talk about the topic, self-sabotage in relationship.
I think you've done justice to the topic self-sabotage, because those explanations you gave would have been the thing I would have said.
Really? Oh my God, I feel good.
I think the only thing that is left is you get the certificate of relationship coach.
I beg, no, they whine me. Me that I could not advise Patrick. I say, wait. Our relationship coach is coming. Please help my life.
Okay, so self-sabotage is just what we do consciously or unconsciously to to truncate our own happiness. Because
when you put it that way, that's scary.
Yeah.
Like, how can I say I want to be happy and then decide to truncate my happiness? Isn't that scary?
You gave an example the other time. You said some persons, when they're in a relationship, you're like, this relationship is too peaceful. Let me just pour sand in this guy. And before you know it, they are already acting up. And before you know it, there is trouble everywhere. So I would just say that, just like I said, self-sabotage is just... Now, self-sabotage is you wrecking your own happiness, either consciously or unconsciously. So now we're not talking about self-sabotage in a relationship. That's really limiting it now to relationships. In my own definition, I decided to define it as what you do your own self to wreck your relationship. You know, now, in line with Patrick's question, you see, some persons actually self-sabotage their relationship because of fear. Some do that because they are scared that the past will happen again. And the truth is, one of the things I taught my students is I taught them the cane principle. And what's the cane principle? You know, if you're going to use cane, I doubt if this generation will know what cane will look like again. You know, if you're going to use cane, you take your hand to the back and you hit it. So I tell them the cane principle says that you go to your past, pick your past and smash it if you want your future to be sounding nice.
Interesting.
So if you really want to have a great future, you need to pick your past, break it and forget that it ever existed. Because if you don't allow your past to go, trust me, your present relationship will never make sense.
Okay, now back to Patrick's question. Now, Patrick has gone through a lot. 8 years of being with somebody.
14 years. 8 plus 6.
14 years of being with somebody that didn't value you enough or think you worthy enough to maybe marry you or to have them in your life, or decided to truncate whatever it is, you know. And 14 years is not a joke. So now I go through 14 years of my life, you know, being with somebody that didn't lead to anything. Then you tell me that I cannot put a 6 months timeline on the next person that gets into my life. Like, hello, sir, I know you are a life coach and relationship coach, but show you the wine, Nini. Are we joking here? 14 years of my life, then you tell me that the next person that enters my life, I won't say 6 months down the line. I want to see what this is. 3 months down the line. In fact, 6 months is too much. If I were Patrick, 3 months down the line, I want to see what this is all about.
What if the person Patrick is getting into a relationship with was in a relationship where he tried to speed up things and it didn't work out well, and the person is now deciding, okay, the next relationship I'm going to take my time.
For 8 years?
No, I'm talking about the 6 months now. You know,
okay.
If Patrick was in a relationship for 8 years, it didn't work. 6 years, it didn't work. Now she's saying 6 months. What if I was in a relationship and it took me 2 years, and in the 2 years I still didn't know so much about the person I was in a relationship with. Now I'm telling myself that the next one I won't be in a hurry. I am going to take my time to study this person. And Patrick is coming with the orientation that if he's not going to take a move in 6 months, I'm leaving. I am saying I'm not going to take a move. I'm going to calm down so I will know her very well.
Big question. I'm going to take another caller. We're going to get to the root of this. Hello. Hello. All right, the number to call is 0705-9936-937 or 0705-9937-937. We're talking about self-sabotage and relationship. So if Patrick, what would you advise Patrick to do now?
First thing is apply the Kane principle. Smash the past, pretend like it never happened. I know 14 years is quite much, but pretend like the 14 years never happened. And can I give you a definition of relationship that I give to people anytime I have the opportunity to speak? I tell them that relationship is, if you divide relationship into two, you have relation and you have ship. So I tell them that relationship is a ship that takes two relations to a destination. Now, this is where the important thing is. The destination can be marriage or breakup. So by time...
Wait. Let's take another call. This people want to talk, don't they fear me? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Okay, hi.
Hi.
Yes.
You called me up. I was trying to change me.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my dear.
The Patrick issue is something that she herself needs to work. Because sometimes you said something before. You said you'll be planting one thing that you somebody, and the rest of the four will be planting at you. You see, most of the time we blame people for mistakes that happens to us, but we never really know why that mistake happens in the first place. She has taken a time limit of a relationship for herself, now in the sense of 6 months. If she entered into a relationship and in 6 months, if the thing didn't work out, she'll walk out. And at the end of the day, what about if the person that she's going out with or in a relationship with is targeting one to close up the relationship?
I mean, you're confirming what Ola is saying. Ola Moses is saying too.
Yeah, is she going to work out in that 6 months because she has already said, no, you don't do this is not an exam. This is not an exam. You're not taking an exam. This is something of a lifetime thing. You don't like take it. You write the first one, you tell the second one first. You should keep up and you're giving yourself a time limit. You love God. You know how to work for God. You should pray and ask God that the one that is going to come in, right now, let me be the right person. Let me be the one that will be able to, do that which you have in your mind in your relationship. That you really want. Tell God what you really want. Let God tell God what you really want. And if by the special grace of God is going to get granted, not for him to set a time for God and for himself that this is what is going to be for me. If this did not happen this way, and just because of this, yes, I know it's painful, but it's a very deep time. It's a very long time for somebody to spend in something you didn't achieve anything. But nevertheless, she should pray and also if you get into another one, you shouldn't make it, because in that situation, what she's going to expect from the person is going to be high. Believe me, as a human being, I'm
interesting.
What she's going to expect from that person is going to be high. She's going to expect everything.
Interesting.
Whatever that person do, she's going to monitor it, whether it's the good or bad. When it's not slightly mistaken, she's off.
Okay, Afam, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate it.
It's not good like that. So she should be patient and also ask God for the direction. And I believe she will get the right one.
Amen. Thank you so much, Afam. I appreciate it. So there's something I noticed. I know you're going to comment on it. There's something I noticed about. Could it be also that telling people about your past relationships Like now, imagine I meet Patrick now. Now I meet the second relationship that took 6 years. Now I probably told the one with the 6 years. I'll say, I've been in a relationship for 8 years, and nothing came out of it. Now I know that human beings, I don't know, you're a life coach, you tell me, human beings tend to repeat what somebody else has done to you. If I come to you now, for example, and tell you that I've been in a relationship with somebody for 8 years, right? I'm not likely to treat you better than that, because I'm not likely to treat you better than that. Although I might say, let's see how it goes, but in my subconscious already registered that if somebody didn't see you deemed worthy for 8 years, so why should I see you deemed worthy in subconscious? So could it be that sometimes talking too much or talking about our relationships too much? Oh, this is what happened in my relationship in my last year. This is what happened, and this is what happened. Subconscious, the person is taking it, and the person will repeat that action on you. What are your thoughts?
I don't think I want to. Okay, you know what? Let's think about it from this part.
Okay.
It only takes a man that do not, or it only takes a partner that do not understand your worth to treat you the way your ex treated you. Because the true value of gold is not in how it was used by the previous owner, but how you value it. As a matter of fact, if you are wearing what is not original gold, if you value it more than the person that is handling original gold, when we are to sell it together, there's every tendency I might even sell mine that is not original higher than yours because of the way you handle yours.
What if gold does not know that it is gold?
Now that is what I was going to tell Patrick. The first thing is let go of your past. Number two is believe it that you deserve a loving relationship. And don't be naive. See, I know marriage is like I said, the relationship has two destinations. It's either it's marriage or breakup. Anyone that comes, accept it in good faith. See, when you accept...
You said something that is either marriage or breakup. How can you say it's marriage or breakup?
I'm telling you, if everybody have this in their mind, that relationship has two destinations, either marriage or breakup. The day you break up, you have no reason to drink sniper. I am telling you. See, the day you break up, you get to sit down and say, okay, so this relationship has gotten to the end. So what did I take out of this relationship that my future partner would learn from? See,
what did I do to sabotage it?
That is where you now get to sit down and do self-evaluation and relationship evaluation. But when the relationship ends and you are there mourning the loss of the relationship, you would eventually repeat the same thing in the next relationship. I have seen people that say, this guy, I didn't like the way, in fact, I'm done with relationship. What is you are done with relationship? How many people broke your heart that you're already doing I'm done with relationship? The truth is, if you have 10 relationships, until you find the one that understand and value you for who you are, the rest might not treat you well. That does not mean that the one that will treat you well will not treat you well. For heaven's sake, my wife is not the first person I dated.
Really? How many people did you date?
Oh.
100.
No. I didn't count scores. I didn't do that. I was very gentle.
A good life coach experience for you.
No, I think not every life coach have those. I did that 17, but she wasn't the first. But the first, I told myself I was going to write a book about it, and I just hope she's not listening. And if she's listening, I'm sure you're on good terms.
I'm sure she's listening.
I'm not talking about my wife now. My ex.
Oh.
My ex used me as a specimen in the lab of love. I said I was going to write a book about it. We had just for a very short period of time, but later when we broke up and I was like, wait, what happened? And she told me, said, I just wanted to see how a relationship looked like.
And you were loving up.
Oh! I waited 4 good years for her to come back. Don't let people hear it, please, so that they don't call back, so that they don't call to come for my head. So let's go back to Patrick's story, because I really want to attend to that question. So Patrick, please let go of your past, just match the past and focus on the big picture coming. Number 2 is believe it that you deserve a loving relationship. The guy that will love you for who you are, irrespective of what you look like or what the age is even telling. The guy is coming, he's by the corner. Number 3 is that I need you to be mindful of what you keep in your head, because what you keep in your head is what will affect what you will do. you need to let go of those negative thoughts. If you don't let go of those negative thoughts, you notice that when Patrick, let me ask you, in that the second relationship that lasted for 6 years, were you not bothered? Oh, I'm not concluding now, but there's every tendency that you were bothered when he was not beside you. There's every tendency that you were jealous. There's every tendency you are like, do I know what he's doing there? I hope he's not planning to break up with me like the other one that broke up with me after 8 years.
But it's not easy to not have all that.
Trust me, I know it is not easy. Dude, wait. If I said I dated someone for no, I waited for 4 years. You waited
for her to come back. Hey.
From my faith, we believe in God's will, and I had 4 different confirmation that this baby is going to be my wife. 4 different confirmation.
Oh,
so how do you have 4 confirmations and the baby is going? And then I had, now what it is what you know that you have to it. So based on what I knew then, I know God's will is going to come. I waited 4 good years. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So why did God's will happen? If God did not show her or what?
I had the opportunity of counseling someone yesterday, and I was telling the person about God's will. I said, I'm saying this on national TV, national
radio, TV, everything. We are national. We are global.
I just hope they won't come from my head.
They won't come from my head.
I'm always very, I have strange way I take my own things. Just like my definition for relationship is quite different from others. I tell people that God's will is not a person. But I didn't know that. God's will has to do with the personality that suits your current and your future. Let me use you as an example, Deborah. Years ago, if God had told you God's will, the person who God's will be years ago might not suit now.
God even told me God's will then.
But is he looking?
I never see the guy today.
But
the guy don't even look my side for school. And I see her for dreams saying I God's will.
Now look at that guy.
So where the guy come dey?
Now that guy, looking at the standard, and now do you think he still fits to be God's will?
I don't think it can be God's will
so that's what gave birth to the idea that God's will is not about a person.
But you people that have faith and all that, people have a way of turning to suit you people's beliefs. Now you've had confirmations of God's will. This is the person. Now the English you are speaking now is that the personality, God's will is not. Where did they write that the person, God's will is not a person?
That's why I said my own way of. I know I'm weird. I know because if God's will is a person, when the person eventually did not marry you, it means that you will stay unmarried. Like you said, you had God's will, at least you saw it in dream. Probably I don't know whether you
both had God's will.
No, let's use you now. So I don't know whether you were the one fetching water and he brought bucket, or you wanted to climb a ladder, he came and pulled you up. I don't know.
Let's come back into. I feel like you have moved past topic now.
Yeah.
Let's come back into.
So I think number 1 I said that Patrick should let go of the past. Number 2, she should believe that she deserves a loving relationship. Number 3 is she should be mindful of what she's keeping up there. And number 4 is, I've seen many people go into a relationship with the notion that this one I'm going to whether it might work and it might not work. The day you enter into a relationship with that mindset, that relationship has greater tendency not to work than to work.
Mindset?
The mindset of 50-50. It might work and it might not work. There's this saying that don't cast all your egg in one basket.
But it's you that say we should expect breakup and expect marriage.
Now this is
you
where
not say we should not have 50.
This is it. You go into the relationship, know that relationship either ends in marriage or breakup. You either break up or you marry. But when you are going in there to put in your best, irrespective of what comes out at the end. You are not going to the relationship because marriage. You are going into the relationship because you deserve a relationship.
Hey, can I felt that one. That was hard. Like, so I like how you put it and all. But what are the signs? How do I am self-sabotaging my relationship or myself?
Okay, the signs. The interesting thing is some of these signs are. It's real. People don't quickly notice them because some of the times some people do it unconsciously. And I think one of the reasons why this happens is some people have this anxiety issue. So one of the signs is fear. Like I mentioned
you mentioned that fear.
Number 2 is criticism. how you get to know that this person is self-sabotaging. Just any small thing is criticizing. No, this is this. No, this is that. No, this is this. The next one is you don't want to take responsibility. It is that partner that broke up with me that is at fault. I'm not the one that owned the fault. Imagine he did this, he did that. Like you said, what did you do? In physics, I'm a science student.
Of
And,
course. I'm a science student.
No, my own don't put chemical. So in physics is that to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So it's either what did you do that triggered that action, or what did you do after the action happened. So as much as there is an action from your partner, what did you do that led to that action, or what did you do after that action? You know, it's possible that your partner did something to you, but the way you react to either determine whether the relationship will last or it will die there.
True.
So it is the way you react. See, you can't control how people will handle you. You can only control the way you respond to how people handle you. So it is how you respond to how people handle you that will determine whether you deserve that relationship or not.
Expectations. Having too much expectations?
Expectation is also one of them.
This must lead to marriage.
I was going to one of the signs I was going to mention is perfectionism. And expectation.
What does that even mean?
You've not met the perfectionist. Okay. I would have said you have seen one today, but I've repented. But when you meet the perfectionist, you would.
So you used to be a perfectionist?
I used to be.
What way? That she has to look this way or what? Or she has to lay her bed in the morning. She has to press her toothpaste from the back. She has to comb my hair. She has to pet me before we step out in the morning. Or what?
Let me take a little back to my faith. You see, they tell us that all things work together for good to them that love God. My 4 years of waiting, I can tell you that 4 years God really did a whole lot. That was the time I got to learn that, God, you need to drop this part of this. This is your perfectionist style. I remember when I started a relationship with my babe, I call her HRS. I call her HRS. HRS means Aroya Sweetness. I'm sure somewhere she's watching now, and I'm sure she'll be blushing now. So in case you don't know, my wife's name is Olamide Blessing.
God, do my own
Aroya Sweetness. So now when I met her, she asked me, probably, I don't know, maybe that's how it was in our former relationship. She asked me, what do you expect? What are your rules and regulations? I'm like, in this one, there's no rule and regulation. No. There's no expectation for you. Just be you. And along the line, you will get to know what I don't like and what I like. You know why I didn't give her?
Why?
When you give her rules, she wants to play by the rules. She's not playing by herself. So, had it been it was a perfectionist, Ola Moses, I would have given her the 20 commandments. God's on his 12 commandments. So maybe I would have given her 20 commandments.
What was part of your? What are a few commandments of yours then?
I love ladies that are smart, and I love ladies that have something to say about everything. And that's one. Number two is I, as a church boy, I'm not the type that dress so well. So I promised myself that my babe must know how to dress very well. And I'm not too good with colors. So I want a babe that understands so that I know that where God is taking me, which is very big. So I need a babe that even if I am not able to fit myself, she'll be there to be beating me in the house.
Wow.
Now, expectation.
That's just number 2.
Now look at the expectation now. I had that expectation. I met the babe. When I met my babe, you need to see this babe. My baby is hot, I tell you. Apologies to the single listening. My baby is hot. Like, my baby have given birth to one baby. If you still see her, people will still ask her out, I tell you. Every day she's always coming to give me the report. And I'm happy. I don't tell her, and now she would know now that I'm happy that she's always giving me those reports, even though most times I don't always want to listen too much. But I'm happy because how will I have a wife and nobody's toasting you? It means I'm not taking care of you. So let's leave that part. So I had those expectations, but thank God that I was able to work on them, because had they been, those expectations were still in my head now, she would not see herself as up to what, some years ago, I think about last year or last 2 years, she said something to me and I would not forget that statement. We were having a discussion months before the time she said that thing, and while we were talking, I told her, my wife graduated with a better grade than mine, but I told her, I said, babe, I am smarter than you. We were having a discussion, and obviously, and it was sweet honest discussion between guy to babe now.
But you've cancelled all those
I know,
your 20 commandments.
I don't even, in fact, I can't even remember.
Them.
I buried all of them. Now, the reason why I'm saying this story is, when I told her that statement that, I'm smarter than you, she didn't argue. She said, yes, I know that, yeah, because, I sabi street well. But yes, months after, in the marriage, we're now having a discussion. One day, my wife just told me, I know that you are smarter than me. I know I'm not wise. I'm like, where did that come from?
Interesting.
How did we get to you are not wise?
We need to wrap up the show now.
Oh.
I know. We have a lot to talk about. I know, but thank you so much for coming on the show. I think you've given us all that we need. You've given us, the signs and all. You've coached Patrick on what to do to completely cancel, those thoughts and mentality. If we're to go, give us just one word, one thing to stop sabotaging yourself. One thing that to do to stop self-sabotaging yourself.
You deserve love.
So just knowing that's self-esteem.
You deserve love.
Basically.
Just let go of whatever has happened in the past.
Basically.
And don't worry too much about the future. Enjoy today.
Thank you so much for that. This has been coach or life coach and relationship coach Ola Moses. And if you want to find you, where are we going to find you on social media?
First on Instagram, Ola Moses Decoder. That's not the GoTV decoder or StarTime decoder now. This decoder DECODA. So I'm at Ola Moses Decoder on all platforms, actually, on all social media platforms.
Interesting. So if you need more mentorship, more coaching, you have more questions, feel free to DM him or send him a DM so that he can help us. Unfortunately, we have to go on the show. I can't believe it's already 1 hour. This has been really deep waters with Deborah. I'll see you again on Wednesday at 5 p.m. and Friday at 5 p.m. You already know it's always a great time with me right here on the show. See you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.